Hello, hello, and welcome to a little mindfulness conversation that I wanted to have. And I want to start it with this conversation with a quote by Aristotle that said, "We are what we repeatedly do." And I just feel like that is such a powerful thing for us to remember, even though it was quoted by Aristotle so very, very long ago. It's still a really powerful concept for us to understand. So what he said was, "We are what we repeatedly do." And then there was a further sentence that I want to mention as well, which says, "Excellence then is not an act, but a habit." So this is just the perfect conversation for the time that we're in right now, because habits are things that we get to choose what we create into habits, into routines, into regular practices. And those are the things that we repeatedly do, of course. And we become what we repeatedly do. This is a really important thing for you to think about. What are you doing on a regular basis? Think about your morning routine. Think about how you start your day. Think about the way you're thinking throughout the day. Think about the actions you take on the thoughts that you think. Recognize the pattern of how you eat regularly and consistently every day, the way that you speak to yourself, the way that you speak to others, the people that you surround yourself with. Think about your evening routine. How do you set yourself up for bed? What energy do you take into your sleep routine? Because the things that we access during our sleep time is when we're processing and metabolizing and digesting the experiences of the day, and we're really fertile to be able to connect to other sort of realms of awareness. So this is a very powerful thing for us to consider, and we can take that contemplation into many different parts of our day. You are what you repeatedly do. How often do you stop and take a deep breath? How often do you pause and ask your body, how am I feeling right now? And just stop and listen to the sensations in your body. How often do you find yourself on that same train of thought, going round and round and round on a hamster wheel, telling yourself that you're never going to get it right? You're never going to be good enough for this. You're never going to lose the weight you want to lose. You're never going to get the job you want to get. How often do we tell ourselves these things? This is such a simple thing for us to understand, but not an easy thing for us to do, for us to apply. But if we are what we repeatedly do, and success is a habit, what successful habits can you repeatedly do every day to feel more authentically you, to bring you to the table day in and day out? How can you be feeling like you are acting from the guidance of your heart, and that you can honor who you are in every action that you take, especially the ones that you take on a repetitive basis? And that is the simple things like getting up in the morning and brushing your teeth, washing your face, making your bed, think about your hygiene, your personal hygiene, as this act of self-love. Just instead of, oh, I need to jump in the shower now, think about it as you wash yourself, you are connecting to your physical vessel. This is the body that I'm wearing for this lifetime. I love this body. Think about the difference in the energy with the way you might speak to yourself if you felt like just having a shower in the morning was a self-care practice, a loving act of loving kindness towards you, towards your body, rather than the narrative that we so often have in our head, which is far from kind. Just imagine that every morning that was how you started your routine of self-talk, and you left the house with this feeling of self-love and enoughness, more than enoughness. And you go into your job and you bring that energy in there, and you magnetize to you. People want to be with you because you are so filled with love and acceptance, and you are full. You're just a full person. And wherever they're feeling empty, they gravitate towards you to get full, and it rubs off. Your fullness rubs off. And when people start to ask you, what are you doing? You tell them, I'm speaking more kindly to myself. And hopefully that's contagious too. And they try it. And this is such a classic example of being the change you wish to see in the world. Now, the favorite quote. I think that one's a Gandhi quote. Be the change just by in the way you repeatedly show up in the world for yourself first. Start with you. It all starts with you. Change starts with you. And don't think, little old me, I can't make any changes. My changes in the world aren't going to make enough impact. We will never, ever be able to recognize how far we ripple, each of us, in our positive and in our challenging stuff. It ripples. There is a trickle down. It's much bigger than we will ever know. So never stop and negate yourself and the difference that you can make in the world. You don't know if that one change that you made that impacted 5 people, who impacted 5 people, who impacted 5 people, doesn't get to the ruler of a country, doesn't get to the heart of somebody who invents the next big thing for our planet, our species. You have no idea. You cannot think that big. You just need to come right back into your own heart and recognize you are what you repeatedly do. Develop healthy habits, practices, routines, and rituals that are self-honoring and speak to who you are and who you choose to be. Because who you are in this moment, regularly and repeatedly, is creating the you that you will be next. So don't waste time talking with that inner critical voice. Don't waste time being hard on yourself and unkind. Find your strengths and speak lovingly to them. Find your deficits and lovingly support them. Don't judge. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge others. Just keep trying to feed love and positivity, not toxic positivity. There is a difference, but authentic love and positivity into yourself and therefore into your community. I hope this has been helpful, and thank you for watching.